peeps, welcome back to Fireside. That's right, we're here, we're doing a proper fancy pants Fireside favourite map tour. Now let's bloody pause the game a sec. Oh, cause we've got a wee Emberpelt about to jump out of bed. But the reason I actually wanted to pause the game is I saw some beavers with some very sexy tails knocking about. Not only that, but keep your peepers peeped for one of these Fireside favourites knocking around. But this is a wonderful old map tour of Fireside, an Emberpelt Paradise. As you can see, we've got bots doing our menial walk, and don't worry, we'll get to the bot factory and the big storage bridge. But before that, we need to go and have a look at this big old tree farm we've got cracking along here. So let's have ourselves a hippity hop adventure across the oaks. And honestly, we may as well get that proper beaver perspective here. Look at our bots busy away chomping the oaks, replanting the oaks. We've got beaver haulers with, like I say, very sexy AM tail right there, as well as our lovely Fireside favourites. But our yonder way, we've got ourselves some haulers, some tappers, shacking away as we speak. Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, I love the Emberpelts. We're going to have to come back and bloody pay the Emberpelts another visit, like. Especially with these bloody back scratchers. You can sit and get your back scratched while looking upon all of the big oaks getting formed up here. And of course, all of these oaks are getting chippity chopped down by the watchful eyes of our Emberbot here. You waiting for any log orders to come in? Oh, log order must have came in. But anywho, let's have ourselves a little bit of a peek at the big fancy who's in estate. Look at that bust with the clock on top, man. And don't worry, we will be getting to the who's in estate proper, just like we'll be getting to all of this proper doon here. But for now, we've got to go ahead and have a look at our big tiered farm here. Look at the glory that is the tiered farm. I forgot about this! Oh yes, let's get ourselves down into the middle of this fantastic suspension bridge and have a look at the staircase of braziers with a clock on top, of course. Oh, making the beaver bots that bit more efficient. Of course, this whole farm is beaver botted up. Our Emberpelts themselves are just bloody big chillin', man. They're absolutely loving life. Oh, I love how I decorated this with all of the roofs and everything. Oh, the shrubbery down there. Oh, this is bloody lovely, this. I'm so happy I came and done a bloody tour of this map. Look at the bridge, though. Oh, that is majestic, that. Just spanning the farm with the wheat waving. The wheat never used to wave. Oh, this is even better, this. Oh, and you got the bridge at the bottom and all. Well, let's get back on the path. Let's bloody be bots. Well, pretend the Emberpelts. Oh, the roof over there. Look at that. Oh, the hauling section. Right, let's make our way across this wonderful bit bloody suspension bridge here. Once again, pausing in the middle to just bask in the glory of the tiered farm here. Look at our bloody brood Emberbot. The planting, and then there's another bloody Emberbot picking the tomatoes. Oh, overwatched by the bloody beaver statues and the beaver busts. Now this is our big floating industrial estate. Well, not floating, it's all structurally sound. But it's a big floating industrial estate that is very efficient, providing you're not too lanky to get through, you know, the tight gaps that we've got here and there. You can get all the way to the tippity top and relax by some bloody rooftop terraces as the sun sets over the terrace farm. Oh, so the bloody Bobby! Hello, Bobby! Ah, you should get yourself a better tail, you know, mate. I'll click in later and show you where you should get your tail. You know what, Blue? You should get yourself a better tail and all. Although, you know, maybe you were an ex-builder. Now hauler. Oh, look at the bloody storage bridge. Oh, it's glorious, like. Not gonna lie to you, peeps. I've just been sitting here for about a minute, just enjoying watching the beavers, like, running over those stairs there. There's like 3 levels of stairs and beavers are on all of them. Oh, I just love how just beavers use all of this map. This map is fantastic. Oh, I love going underneath the oaks, like, you're just not ever supposed to see them from that angle. But anywho, before we have the bloody sun rise on us, let's hippity hop our way to the haulers section. Just on the brazier, the roof. I'm lost for words. It's absolutely adorable. Yep, it's brilliant. Oh, and our little pond. This is our little artificial lake, powered by the fluid dump there, of course, being a bot, with his biofuel right there, controlled by the tower, making sure there's plenty of water here for our single birch tree, and all of our schnozberries. And then on the other side of that, you've got the original bottom floor / under bottom floor of the industrial estate. Because look, we're under the bottom floor of the industrial estate. And of course, you've got to have yourself a fancy pants campfire when you're under the industrial estate. Overwatched by all the beaver statues and the busts. And plenty of barred water. Because we did not cut off the barred water on this map. Because as you'll see if you're on the carousel, we've got the barred waterfall. Fallen as it always has. And yes, it may corrupt some of our bloody berries, but we've got a nice line of shrubbery just for that eventuality. But now we're faced with a predicament. Do we go straight across the fancy pants suspension bridge? Do we go up across the new middle bot area? Or do we go round the OG way past the barred waterfall? Oh, look at it, it's translucent. You can see the lights through it. That's kinda cool, like. I'm a big fan of that. Oh, this is bringing back all sorts of memories, like. We have to get the Emberpelts back. They're a bunch of absolute legendary legends. And I seem to have made my way back to this new path. So we may as well check out all 3 paths. Apart from the fact I'm too lanky. Well, I suppose at least I'm not treading on any schnozberry bushes going the long way around this side. Oh, go on, let's go on left. I want to go underneath the big storage tower with all the braziers there. Oh, the big farming area with our canal. I remember doing the canal. The canal goes down and along, and it spits out this bit of water here. Because I'm not sure if you can see, but just on the other side of these power wheels here are dams of the flat top variety. So this bit of water here, there it is, look, there's the sluice. The sluice is peeking out. That's all connected by the canal there. Get off the bloody overhang, let us out! Let us out! Right, I'm out. Well, yeah, that's all connected in here. Everybody will get round to all of that. There's no rush. For now, we've got to remember that we're lanky cupcakes and go for a funny dance with a Fireside favourite beaver. Hello. Oh, bye. Oh, hello. Oh, no, that's right. We're waiting until there's another beaver to get the Fireside favourite dance along. Oh, imagine if I got a Fireside favourite and an EM dancing together. Oh, I'm going to have to hang about for that, like. However, we've got plenty of Fireside favourites. We just need a bloody snazzy EM tail to come in. Or am I just spooking all of the beavers? Oh, almost. There are bloody heaps of these Fireside favourites, like. I mean, I don't blame them. They are the snazziest tails about. Oh, look who it is! It's Battery Smooth! Hello, Battery Smooth! Oh, it's good to see you. Oh, we have a beaver, look! We got EM beaver, we got Fireside favourite beaver, but they're not dancing together. Oh, we were so close to greatness. And honestly, if I want anybody to be watching past this point, we need to move on to the exercise plaza. There we go. Look at our Fireside favourite tails bouncing about, getting all fit and healthy. You gotta be fit so you can swing that hammer, bro. Oh, look! EM tails and Fireside favourite tails! Yes! Oh, we just had to give the beavers some space and they were bloody straight at it. Oh, this is our robot juice supply, and then down here we got some water supply of the large tank variety underneath it. Honestly, every beaver's just buffed here, and look at the bloody storage fridge. Oh, I cannot wait to just make some more bellissimo nonsense in the future, like. Look at all. Oh, I forgot about. Right. So, we've got all of our autumn. Oh, the wheat fields. The wheat fields are bloody glorious, like. But anywho, we've got all of our automated water slurpers here that do their thing from time to time when I let them. And they're all powered by these small water wheels. And the only reason, and I genuinely mean this, the only reason all of this is powered by water wheels is because Bob and a Boot said in the bloody mod description that the Emberpelts say using dirty water as power is pitiful, and that's why they've got fancy liquid fuel and charcoal engines. Now I'm sure that's like absolutely wildly inaccurate to what the mod description actually says, but I thought to myself, let's have a bloody challenge, shall we? And you know what, let's have ourselves a parkour challenge, because that's what we used to bloody love doing on this map, to get up to that tribute ingenuity there, because the way that's powered is fairly ingenious. Ingenious. Editor MiGly, please don't leave all of that in. Because once we get to the tribute ingenuity that overlooks our whole hoosing estate there, which we're about to get to, we are also at the all-natural, highly celebrated Ring of Firewater, aka dirty bad water. Look at it spewing out. It comes all the way down and gets blickety-blocked here, so we can always have some fancy firewater. And then because the Emberpelts occasionally like to feel the breeze on their fur, we've got some wind gauges so they're now the best bit of map to stand upon. With this bad water fall, guns down, it guns under here and then naturally falls down once again. It's a canny little setup if I do say so myself, and I'm definitely not super biased. Like I'm definitely not super biased about how absolutely glorious this hoosing estate here is. So Bob and the Boot had a mess about with all of the bloody zipline and tube code, and he made all of the pathing between these hooses connected. So this building is connected to this building, and then that connects to this building, and all of the rest of the buildings that eventually lead you to where we started this first-person adventure, aka, the parkour failed right there. Up the top. But anywho, I've got one more parkour adventure session in us. I want to get to the bot area without touching the ground. Oh, and this is going to be difficult from here, like. Can I hippity hop? Aye, I'll hippity hop my way across here. And I'll even do a risky big jump or two. And then I should be able to use this bad lad bridge here. And then go over the top of the dance hall. Oh, the dance hall's got no collision. Ooh, this is going to be a tricky one then. Well, maybe if I scale the old brazier of bonding, I can get... if I can scale it anyway, I can get onto it and then do a double jump to the top. I mean, don't worry about the cupcake. I just get crispy when I'm in fire. Oh, I think this is 3 blocks, you know. I think it's too tall. Ah, it's too tall. Oh, I'm going to have to do some sneaky backwards double jump in here. Right, let's go. I'm in. Can I go up the stairs, actually, since it's too tall? Oh, I can! I can cheat. Oh, no! I literally just failed. I can't believe I did that. I just stepped a paw on the dot and utterly failed the parkour mission. I could have just walked sideways and everything would have been tickety-boo, but no! I had to ruin it all. Oh well, we're up at the bloody bot house anyway. I did say we're going to end up here, but the main reason we're up here is not the big bot house, as impressive as it is with its tiered storage. We'll get to that. It's if we decide to go down this ladder, we can have a look at the glorious engineering behind the water system and maximising space everywhere. Look at that, we're growing crops underneath all of these overhangs here. If I can squeeze my little cupcake down, you can see. And behind here is this bloody side of the map. Would you have a look at that? We've got a little peek hole for the power shafts. But I was actually quite happy with being able to fit the power in here and all of the necessary machinery. Well, you know, to utilise the power. But anywho, let's actually get up here. This is a wondrous creation of mine. Again, not biased in the slightest. But this first layer, which is why I fell down, is fully tanked up with bots making bloody chassis. And they just make 3 lots of chassis, and they put them in here. And then haulers take them up the ladder system that we've got, and get them up to the second layer, where all of the limbs are made. And then if we can up the fancy roofs here, oh, do I be a little daredevil? Do I do a little scooty? Oh, that kind of worked! That kind of worked! There's just no way, because if we have a look, if we do it again, there's bloody warehouses on the other side. And I'm too lanky to get in there. Oh, I'm not! Oh, this could be the parkour redemption that we were all waiting for. Hang on, why is there more bot limbs in here? This should be our heeds. Oh, no, that's right. I skipped a layer. So this is the assembling layer where we get 1 of each. And then they get assembled into bloody ember bots. This layer is where all of the heeds are manufactured. I am doing a fantastic job of this tour, if I do say so myself, like. And if this is your first video of mine, and you made it this far, you're in the right bloody place. There's plenty of this shenanigans going on. That's nonsense and shenanigans, by the way. Not only is there a link in the top of the description to watch this map come from nothing to a fire beaver's paradise, but also for the rest of me Timberborn series. But anywho, enough bloody lurking by the brazier. Let's have ourselves a proper look at the Housing estate from afar. Let's see if we can quickly dive up somewhere. Oh, that's right. Yeah, these don't fully work collision-wise. Match up. Yep. There, look at that bloody Housing estate with all of its lights on. Let's speed up time so we can see those lights switch off. Here we are. Whoa, beavers! Skedaddle your way across the map as well as the top. And I'll best get going before the rush begins. I don't want to get trampled by a bunch of beaver paws. Get me on the roof. Oh, this is what a view. I don't believe, may well be wrong, that we had first-person perspective while I done Fireside. I know that mod was broken for quite a while during one of the updates. Now, don't get us wrong, I'm not slating the developer of the mod who also develops the game, so you know. Pulling double duty, cheers and cheers. But the mod has been proper bang on ever since, so I can't complain in the slightest. And once again, I don't think I've ever ran across the top of the bridge. That's the MiGly Plays Cupcake exclusive run. I don't actually know if I can make it all the way through here because of all of the stairs we have. I was intending to go on the last one. Oh, look at this go, I'm whooshing! I'm whooshing, I'm going down, I'm going up. Why, I'm going to go down, and then I'm going to go up like 4 stories, I think. 1 story, 2 story, and now I think I'm on the correct layer to go up and be on the top. Oh, this is absolutely grand, this, like. I've never been a beaver running across the bridge. The bridge of full storage, might I add. Look at all of those radishes, man. There's bloody heaps of it. There's even a stop-off point if you're a bot and you want a little bit of a top-up. It's bloody fantastic. Look at that. We've got apple bread. Bread apples. I have no idea what that is. They're bloody tomatoes or peppers on. Is that spicy bread? I know what these are, though. These are the tasty, tasty cinnamon swirly snacks that the beavers love so much. But anywho, there's still one place we're yet to visit, and that's all the way over yonder, where we've got a big fancy mine. This is where we get all our scrap from, efficiently if I do recall. But we also have a fancy pants fire pit down here. Why wouldn't you, you know? Oh, and as well, this is how you access the Hauler's Paradise. Or at least, this is how beavers access it. I was going to say we're too tall, but once again, we're not. But we cannot climb ladders, unfortunately, so we are going to have to access it a different way. Like by hippity-hopping atop the brazier and having a deeks at this multi-layered extravaganza. We've got haulers on the left, we've got haulers on the right, and haulers down the middle here. Not forgetting, of course, the fancy roofs. Oh, this bloody map is fantastic. I love the red colour scheme as well. It's just, we're definitely going to have to get back to the Emberpelts. It's a grand old faction. And as the sun sets, we've got to enjoy this absolutely glorious wonder here. It does offer some of the best views of Fireside as well. There's not much you can't see. Well, you can't see under the map unless you do one of these. And here we are. We got a bloody warning and everything during that. Well, that's alright, because now we can get some glorious shots of Fireside. Like these rooftop terraces halfway across the bridge here. We can see the backside of the fancy roof system that we have. Oh, and this is where all of the water for the beavers and the bots and all of the raw resources as well for crafting all of the limbs and whatnots are stored. Like we've got some more storage hiding about down here. And that's not to mention that if we have a little scoot behind this brazier, we'll see we've got a ladder. And this ladder goes down and down and down until eventually it gives a place for beavers to have a bit of a contemplate. If I can show you it. There it is. Contemplation spot by the power that powers this fancy pants tribute ingenuity. But while we're on the back here, why didn't we have ourselves a bit of a scoot and look at the beavers' hidden water supply? Look at all of these full as a gun chock-a-block water tanks that the beavers are just easily accessing through this ladder. And this ladder here is positioned right to the front of the beavers' fancy pants housing estate. Oh, now that is a proper cork of a view, like. You've just got the glory that is all of this house. Singular. One big house with many doors and many hidden secrets. Like, for example, the one and only Cupcake Tail Painter. And the reason this is here, you know what actually? Do any of you know why that's the only Cupcake Tail Painter on this map? Because it's been a while now, and it wasn't in the title or thumbnail or anything, so you had to have seen it. Oh, and here's another tidbit for ye beavers that watched the Fireside season. You will know and be like, hang on, MiGly, why are there bloody braziers in here? There never used to be braziers in here. There used to be overhang levees. And yes, there used to be, but when I loaded the map, overhang levees were like, peace, and no longer exist, and I can't find them anywhere. So I just had to slap a layer of dirt in the middle, which thankfully we can do in 1.0. It's algae. Oh, and by the way, this is some of the irrigation that we have for our entire map. But this isn't the best way to show you the irrigation for the map. It's showing you one canal, and this is just the tip of the bloody iceberg. I think the best way to show you the water system on Fireside is to pull up dev mode and turn off terrain. And then realise that I built paths and everything over the top of most of the canals, so we're going to have to turn off a few more things. I think natural resources can come off for one. Aye, that is so much easier. Let's at least start with what we can see here. We've got our water sources, which you can see there. That's controlled by sluices. This sluice only opens during a bad tide, otherwise it's closed. And these sluices do the opposite. That's those three and a secondary side sluice here. These three sluices fill up a big old reservoir here, which goes through a fancy pants flat top floodgate to fill up the entire mountain that's right here, which then, of course, flows underneath some bloody fancy pants canals and goes down even further through that sluice I pointed out, and then also just, you know, chills to here to keep all of the green that you can't see. It actually looks kind of trippy, doesn't it? You just got a beaver wandering in the sky bridge. Oh, you can see the depth of the water on this side, like, look at that. Don't know why it doesn't show on the other side. But yeah, that's a lot of water stored up that just comes out there and comes out this sluice here to keep the river level all topped up. And then, of course, we've already seen the bad water that flows down. It flows along a wee bit, so during droughts, these braziers lighten up. And then it flows down into the river, partially powering our industrial estate, and finally flowing out the back of the map here. But that's not all. We've got mass irrigation going on underneath all the way throughout the terrace farm. And for some reason, these bits of wheat are not natural resources. Oh, that looks weird, doesn't it? Like where there's actual dirt. Like the water's like super dark. It's got that reflection on it and stuff. But then it just goes blue whenever you've got a platform. But that is fed by a sluice that we've got up here. And that sluice is fed by a canal that feeds all of this bottom layer of the trees, which, you know, only some of the trees are considered natural resources. It then flows underneath the path here into the central water column that goes all the way up the top of the tree farm. Oh, and look, you can see all of the water storage down there. And you'll be able to see the water storage down here beneath the bot juice storage. And then this path here is too wide, or the canal anyway is too wide, to try and help with irrigation and pressure and everything. I do plan on doing some experimentation with that, so it will occur, but for now I think we need to turn the terrain back on so we can have an absolute scale of how much water is hidden behind this bloody mountain here. I mean, would you just look at it all? It's a bloody heaps of water. And of course, all of the water that's stored up here, including our old water out system, which we've just got set at 1 for now. And then this was the canal I was failing to show you earlier. Guns all the way down, rings around the tree. And then guns all the way up the tree here, as well as filling every single layer. That's bloody satisfying, that, isn't it? Let's get ourselves a bit of a every single layer of the terrace farm here. Now, let me tell you, that was a pain in the hoop, like. Would not recommend unless you want something as glorious as this on your map, which it is pretty glorious, like, I must admit. But anywho, as we are rambling on, let us launch the Phoenix Essence and call a close, a gloriously abrupt one, to the Fireside Tour. I hope you enjoyed a little trip down memory lane for those that watch the series. For those that haven't watched the series, like I said earlier, top link in the description. You're gonna find a series link. Get it clicked and get it binge watched. And I want to say cheers to everyone watching this video now and everybody that watched the Fireside series and continues to enjoy me Timberborn videos. Because he's make playing this game a million times more enjoyable. And on that note, there's only one thing left to do. Hey, not so fast. There's one more thing before the last thing we need to do. We didn't show the peeps the bloody well-being, did we? So why didn't you have a gander at our 75 average well-being beavers here? And look at that, we could do a bit more. We would have to probably go down to 0-hour working days, like, because they're missing things like food and access to weather vanes. If I had clocked that during the series, we might be up to 77. But anywho, back to the last thing we need to do, which is say sayonara Fireside and a toodle